4,800, 45 pounds, Freedom Express by Coachmen, model 246 RKS, here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is one of the very best selling little lightweights we've ever seen, and we've seen other people copycat this floor plan left and right, and it's the Freedom Express that is just always the best seller because they do so many nice little touches that no one else is doing. For instance, this little 2-foot by 4-foot table right here, that comes included with the trailer. That's just part of the base packages on the trailer. It used to be an option in the past, and it was so popular they just rolled it right in. Notice too, it stows up and out of the way, so it's not eating up your storage space. You see that everything in this is all aluminum structure. You're not going to see like OSB construction through one of these. Things like the nicer full LED front pass-through storage, the fact that this is a monster wide storage. Now, the lighting is terribly unforgiving for me right now. It's early morning and the light is only coming from one direction, so it makes this a little tricky. You also see that they have the wider 30-inch wide baggage doors there, and it actually opens up a little more once you get inside. So this has something like 3/4 of a 3/4 ton pickup truck bed storage up front. It's huge. They put a max length power awning on here. They really couldn't make it any larger if they wanted to. It does have a full length LED light strip, not a little mini one hidden in between. Things like the white nose front instead of the colored nose skin. That is something that they went through last year at the time of this filming, and they used one of those little heat laser things where they shoot something with a laser and tell you how hot it is. And what they found on the inside of that wall, your bedroom headboard wall, it was up to 10 degrees cooler by going to this white nose instead of the cream colored skin. It made that much of a difference right up by your head when you're sleeping. Huge. Now we've also got power tongue jack on here so that you don't have to do any heavy manual cranking yourself. This is one of the first brands that they flipped the propane and batteries so that you can fit 2 batteries on here without retrofitting the whole trailer. Another cool thing Freedom Express does is they put the spare tire right up here on the tongue. It's easy to get to, it's out of the way. It does not hang down it's not going to hang down any farther than your tongue jack in transit, so you don't have to worry about catching it on anything. But what that does for you is it leaves the rear bumper open for bike racks, whereas most brands are telling you, no, don't put a bike rack on here, you could void your warranty. Coachmen goes, do it, you're camping, you need a bike rack. They welcome that stuff. That's the difference between an RV and somebody like Coachmen, is they're made by RVers, not just an engineer that designs things. There we go. You see the camera focuses. This has a really rough skin right here as opposed to like a smooth fiberglass skin. They purposely use a rough skin wall on the side of a Freedom Express. It's a seal gripping slide wall. It pulls that seal tight so that the seal can't get crimped and you can't get water penetration. You can actually get water inside the slide seals of an RV even if there's no seam failure. If the seal doesn't get pulled all the way in or out, you can run into problems there. Outside shower, black tank flush, just a couple things to mention. Now they are using a wide stance stability axle system here at Freedom Express, and here's why. Stand with your feet close together and let somebody push you. You're gonna fall and have to catch yourself like that. Now, stand with your feet far apart and have somebody push you. You've got stability. Same concept. When this is going down the road, your trailer, the pivot point here, the fulcrum point, if you think of it like a teeter-totter, is now further apart. So it's harder for it to want to, shake and jump and jive under you. That will give you less sway, that will give you less porpoising and bouncing going down the road. It'll just give you a better towing experience. Every window opens for ventilation, so you get good cross breeze here. Now, long flat windows like this, they are Jowlery style windows that you get good airflow in places like your kitchen. Not a lot of people give you Jowlery windows anymore, especially in the lightweight market, because they do cost $1 more. And that's really where this thing defines itself separate from a lot of the lightweight market. Like, this does have an enclosed underbelly. This does have extra interior height. It has the things that a non-lightweight trailer have wrapped up in a little lightweight shell here. That's the whole point of a Freedom Express, is that they're a very well-appointed lightweight. They're not a cutthroat $1 cheaper brand. Like the cool little Coleman outside grill station here instead of a bumper mounted grill, because again that can interfere with your like bike rack space or something. They build a little slide-in cargo compartment here, and this is a freestanding grill. If you don't want to grill near the camper, you don't have to, and it feeds out those little 1-pound bottles you can get up at the camp store real cheap. You can cook 75 hot dogs per bottle on one of those. We know because we tried. And you see that it stows out of the way, does not require any additional cargo space, and that's it, you're done. Bigger entry handle so that it's just safer and easier to get into, and things like a double step instead of a single step. At this price point, at this size, you're usually relegated to a single step. Also, I do want to mention that they do have a little cable output here, so if you have a little picnic table, well, they give you a picnic table, you can set a TV on it, and there you go. You've got outside entertainment. Pop it inside for you here. This interior decor is called Cashew, but I do want to mention that oh my gosh, we easily sold over 12 to 15 of these, something in that neighborhood last year. And the interior decor, the one we have in stock, might look a little different from this one. Things like that little grill outside or a power tongue jack, those are options. This is typically how we will equip something in terms of equipment, though we will have different decor. So if the video looks different, long story short, that's what I'm getting at. If the video looks different from what you see here, that's why. So, perfect couples camper. Now, a huge thing I want to talk about right away is the fact that this is 81 inches tall. Not a 78 inch tall industry standard ceiling. It's extra tall in here. That means that we have extra big cabinets. That means that our slide out is now taller. It means we have a taller shower. If this were a bunkhouse, it would have bunks, or tall, that was a stupid statement. It would have taller bunks is what I meant to say. So a big thing I forgot to talk about on the way out is Azdel. You see this white board right here? They don't use Luan wood under the fiberglass skin. They use Azdel. Azdel is a composite resin. It is waterproof, mold-proof, mildew-proof. It has a higher R factor. This 1.5 inch thick Ultralite wall has the same insulative quality as a 2-inch non-ultralite wall because of Azdel. It's not the cheapest component around. It is very good though. It's also 50% lighter than Luan, so it is more insulative, it is lighter in weight, and better against weathering. It's awesome stuff, and that's what they're using in the walls here. They've got lots of LED lights. You notice not just a couple, but they have double bank LED lights in here, and they all flick on with one switch, which is nice too. The air conditioners, we will often upgrade to a larger 15,000 air instead of a 13.5. Little stuff like that can vary from unit to unit. All of the countertops in a Freedom Express, whether it's at the kitchen, in the bathroom, here by the sofa, they're all a sealed edge countertop. Water cannot seep into those things, so you're not going to get swelling and bulging of your countertops. Over here, oh, by the way, there are 2 sets of outlets here in the kitchen so that you've got the perfect little appliance stations over here and tons of light, even back here in the little kitchen space. But this little wraparound drawer, this wraps around the sink when it goes in. It is the best use of space I've ever seen in any camper. It's perfect for all of your spoons, forks, knives, I don't know, decks of cards, anything. And what's cool, if you're having a picnic outside, you can bring this thing right with you. You know, it can go wherever you want. If you need to pull it out to clean it, you can do that. You can see that with, you know, I'm right-handed. My left hand is the hand that can't, but I can still do that. It's not hard, is my point. There's good storage in this thing too. You see, this is all in the slide out. All of this storage right here is bonus storage in the slide off the floor plan. So you've got extra pantry space here. You've got extra drawer space. You've got extra everything, even extra appliance outlets here, there, and everywhere. They're very good at building their campers down at Coachmen for people who actually go RVing. Like this giant cross breeze window here. All windows are going to have shades on them, obviously, for privacy's sake. I just have them open so we can see well in here. Now, this is another thing. A lot of people who build a little 24-foot rear kitchen floor plan, only the sofa is in the slide out. If you look at this slide fascia, this is a full super slide. We've got the sofa, storage, and then monster storage over here. Check all of this out. This is all closet storage space in the slide off the floor plan to give you tons of pass-through space, because now we can actually get through here without a closet in the way, but we're gaining storage space. Now here's something grandpas and grandmas like, and ladies with unruly husbands like, is the timeout chair. I look at that bench and I say, that's a timeout chair right there. Backing up a little bit, there is storage under this dinette bench here. The furnace is under that one, so there's not full storage accessible from over here. But once again, sealed edge countertop even on the table, so if you set an iced tea down and it sweats, it's not gonna bleed into the counter or the table and sponge and cause problems. Another thing I like is all of their switches, they're these extra big paddle type switches. They're just easy to get to. They've used those at Coachmen for years. They're just awesome. They do great. The TV up here, beautiful high def flat screen, and it's swing arm mounted. So the problem with a lot of these rear kitchen sofa slides is the TV doesn't face the primary seating space, but here it can. Or if you're standing in the kitchen or at the dinette, you can kind of twist this around to face whatever you want, wherever you want. And that up there, Jensen AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth player. It slices, dices, juliennes, it does pretty much everything. If for some reason you have an extra thing like an iPod or MP3 player you want to throw up there, go ahead, though most of us run off our phones nowadays, so that's where the Bluetooth comes into play. Pretty much does everything. This is outfitted with an 18 gallon per hour gas and electric water heater. That's what these two switches here are for. You can flip them both on at the same time for fast recharge. You get 11 gallons propane, 7 gallons electric, flip them on together for 18 gallons per hour for fast recharge. Very cool if you and the missus are going to take back-to-back, hot showers. Now, little stuff like this is another reason I like these Freedom Expresses. They're built and appointed for the end user, not just for a salesperson to have to get a good paycheck. This is a phone charging and storage station. Doesn't seem that impressive to look at it, but when you realize that now I have a place I can plug in that ugly looking AC adapter, I can have just a little power cable sitting here, I can have my phone or iPad or whatever I want sitting in there charging without it being in my hands. I can still have it Bluetooth over to the stereo, but I don't have to have this big scraggle of cables hanging down on my kitchen cabinet looking ugly in my brand new travel trailer. It doesn't look like a big thing, but it's one of those peace of mind and enjoyment in use features. You know, it doesn't cost very much, but look what it does for you. It just makes your camper look and feel neater, tidier, cleaner, and something you can be a little more proud of. They've got a great bathroom in here too, with a fifth wheel style 29-inch radius shower, as opposed to a normal travel trailer, tub with maybe a fan or skylight above it. But here's again something I like on these, is these are extra tall. Hopefully you're not getting too much of a glare from my receding hairline. Very self-deprecating, by the way. Good leg room in here for tall guys like me. You can actually, use the toilet, sit down, not have problems, and it's foot flush, so your face is not near your business. LED lights even in the bathroom, although with the power vent over here and a skylight over here, you really don't need to run the lights in the bathroom all that often. Over here, moving up to the bedroom, they put this extra little stand here, just extra little closet storage, anything, but they don't close this off so that it has a nice wide open feel. This is really a couples camper, so they didn't really feel the need to fully enclose this like like a bunkhouse camper. You need that private sleeping space. This one, not so much. You do have the curtain you can pull over if you need be. But all in all, this has been the most popular rear kitchen that we've ever had. His and hers wardrobe closets with full storage above. Now these lights are really cool. This is a 2-element reading light. If you just tap it, it glows blue, which is going to make a white page glow if you're reading at night. If you hold it, you get this nice bright light. So you get the best of both worlds here. Both sides of the bed do have power outlets for CPAP stands over here. And this is a true queen. This is an 80-inch queen. Very few ultralights give you a real queen. They usually will give you the 74-inch camper queen. It's that kind of stuff that separates the Freedom Express from the other brands out there. There are a lot of good trailers, don't get me wrong, but there's only one Freedom Express. They're basically the only extra tall lightweight on the market. A lot of lightweights do that barreled ceiling, and that's not bad, don't get me wrong, but when the walls are shorter, which is what the case is with a barreled ceiling, when the walls are shorter, the slide is shorter, the cabinets are shorter, the shower is shorter. With an 81-inch flat interior height as opposed to 78 with a barrel, you get more good functional space. And that's why I think this is one of the most standout lightweights out there. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Have fun. Happy camping, everyone.